quite a while without a lot of support from the legislature. Are you going to join him in pushing some sort of regulation?
I'm not an expert on these. I had to handle the casinos and the VLTs, and this will be something that I'll get in the middle of. But if Mike's concerned about it, obviously I'm concerned about it. But I just don't know enough about it to give you a really good answer. But I will once I can study up on it.
If there's hundreds of these places, does that threaten does that threaten your deal with the casino industry that says we're not going to have any expansions of gambling for 10 years?
Look, you're asking me. This is a time when I would give you a good answer, but I'm not an expert in this. I know this has popped up in my office, but we've got so many things we're focusing on. This is not one where I have put a lot of attention, but it's something that I need to.
Mike, could you speak to that? I know you've been frustrated because you can't get some regulation for the internet cafes. Could you talk a little bit about that?
Well, the real problem is there's now over 800 of these in the state that continue to grow. They're unregulated. We don't do any background checks on the people who own them. We don't know if they're convicted felons or if they're just great, honest Ohio citizens. It's a consumer problem. The person who walks in to gamble has no idea what the odds are. There's no control on the payoff. If you go into any racetrack in the state of Ohio or across this country, there's a guaranteed payout of each race. You may not win, but there's a certain percentage that's going to get paid out, and I think in Ohio it's 85%. Same way with slot machines. You go to a slot machine in any casino in the state of Ohio, and there's a certain percentage that it must pay out. You go into a so-called internet cafe, and we have no clue what they're paying out. The other big concern I have is money laundering. They're ripe for money laundering. We are dealing with hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars that are going out every year in the state of Ohio from these. We don't know what the taxation is. We don't know whether they're paying taxes or not paying taxes. And what we do know is some of this money, at least, is going overseas. It's not staying in the United States. It's going overseas. And the people who are really making the money are the people who own the software and the hardware who put them in, and many of them are overseas as well.